everyone, welcome to yet one of our other exciting videos. Today we're going to talk about your financial journey and where you are at. Are you comfortable with where you are? You believe that you are where you're supposed to be? Well, let's dig in and see. By the way, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button and follow us. You can also share the video with your friends and family so that they can also get benefit in what we get to talk about here. Well, what are the signs that you're doing well financially? We're all on some kind of journey. It could be a financial journey, it could be a spiritual journey, whichever direction you choose, but I think we're all on a journey, that said. And this journey, of course, we all begin at different levels. Some will begin at under the ground, basically meaning that you have no education, you have no inheritances, sometimes you don't even have a roof over your head, and all odds seem to be stacked up against you. While others are going to begin at the ground level, probably with some kind of education and some starting points. You start up with a good job and you build on from there. And of course, there also are friends that begin from above the ground level, probably with inheritances, employment's already lined up for them, businesses are already set up for them, and all they have to do is just raise up their hand and live up to the moment. But that is life, and I think that is the same with on your financial journey. It's in a similar way that you're going to find that financial success is very, you're going to say that financial success is very subjective, as it encompasses various aspects that are not necessarily usually visible. Some things may be visible, some things may not be visible. Like if I came from Katanga's land in Kampala, my definition of financial success is going to be different from someone who was born in Lavington, Nairobi. However, there are several things that you're going to find that are similar that can help us establish whether we are doing well financially. And understanding these things can actually reassure us that we are on the right track, regardless of where we started from or regardless of where we are at. We are making the correct decisions. We are on the best journey possible that we could imagine. And it should be about 5 of them. Let us begin with number 1. And the question I would ask yourself are you taking the right actions? One of the most important indicators of your financial success is whether you are consistently taking the right actions towards your financial goals. And it doesn't matter where you are at, like I've just said. But if you have decided to take a certain journey, if you're on track, if you are drilling, you have to say that you're drilling for God. As long as you keep drilling, it's okay. You're doing the right thing and you are on the right journey. So as long as you know that the things that I set out to do, I'm actually doing them. That is very important. Normally we talk about 2 primary paths that people follow, and that is the path where people say that let me compare myself with my neighbor. That's the comparison path. And then there's also the wealth creation part. The wealth creation part is actually the most important one, because the comparison path often leads us to a lot of dissatisfaction as it focuses on the external things like the size of your home, the brand of your clothes. This centers around where we rank in comparison to the others. While if you look at the wealth path, it emphasizes building value through our actions like generating long-term financial security. And of course, in such circumstances, you could look at how much money have you accumulated in your bank. Are you making savings, smart savings that you add? Are you improving yourself? And these are things that are inward looking. They may not be visible to what other people are doing. So I think that's a key indicator. That's the key differentiator that you have to take note of. So by focusing on your financial wealth creation path, you are likely to do better financially than what you may realize, as the path prioritizes growth over just actually your societal comparisons and short-term gains. I hope you're enjoying this already. Number 2 is, how much should you be earning? Another way you have to gauge yourself is by considering what you're earning right now and comparing yourself to what the society or what the industry averages are. Taking, for example, United States and United Kingdom, the average income varies depending on location. If you are living in Uganda, probably what you earn as a doctor is different from what you earn as a doctor in the US or in Cote d'Ivoire or in Tunisia or in France. Of course, there's also industrial experience and the job role. But going back to looking at just the United States and the United Kingdom, you find that the median household income in 2022 was about $67,000 in the US, according to the US Census Bureau. And that rounds out to make an average of about 4,800 per month. So if you compare that to the UK, probably the median household income was in 2022 was about 34,000 pounds. That's around 44,000 US dollars. That's according to the Office of National Statistics. And if you're going to look at the individual average monthly salary, it was around 2,900 pounds, coming to about 3,800 US dollars. So just looking at that, you know that someone living in the States is earning much more money than someone living in the United Kingdom. I know the first thing we talked about was it's avoiding the comparison part, but sometimes you need to use it because it helps you gauge where you are. But it shouldn't be something that you dwell on for the biggest time or as one of the most important things. So what I've just shown you is that where you are, what industry you're in, what job role you're doing could definitely vary your salary in comparison to other people. And well, what action do you have to do in such an instance? You either look for a better job, you either move to a better location. But definitely, you don't want to say that my brother, who is a doctor in the States, is doing A, B, C, D and has achieved this and this and that, and me, I'm in Uganda and I've achieved A, B, C, D, and he's achieving much better than I am. And then you say that you're doing financially poorly. No, based on where you are, probably you're doing much better than many people around you. So you shouldn't compare yourself to such an individual. But then you may even find that you're even doing better than them because the cost of living may also be different in such a location. So what I'm trying to drive at is that you should compare yourself with the people within your locality, within your industry. If you're a doctor, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to engineers because probably you'll be earning a different salary compared to what you are earning. Or even if they are self-employed, they'll probably be making much more than what you are earning. So there are all those differences. So if you discover that you're earning more than your peers, you might feel content actually briefly, but this is not something that lasts because you're going to find someone who's doing better than you sooner or later. So this cycle of comparison can lead to discontent if you're doing well, if you're not doing that well financially, but it can also lead to a bit of happiness if you're doing well. Breaking this cycle involves focusing on personal growth and setting your own benchmarks based on where you are, what you do, and what industry you're best in. Number 3, we'll just look at just 3 things that we really need to do to get well. You need to understand your love-hate relationship with money. I know we all love money. I don't think that there are so many people that hate money, but it turns into a hate relationship when we don't have enough of it, that we are not happy with what we have achieved in life. So tracking your income and expenditures and living within your means is just one way of understanding your relationship with money. And of course, this will involve either increasing your income, reducing your outgoing to save, or to invest, or to do both saving and investing. You are understanding your relationship with money and trying to take the upper hand. And with this, you could probably use a budget or another financial tracker which can help you understand your position and where you are and what decisions you need to make, so you can make actually informed decisions. Then another thing that you need to get done would probably have an emergency fund. An emergency fund provides a cushion where you can run to, you can put your head to rest in case you find yourself with a challenge that requires some lump sum to handle it. For some, probably it may not even be an fund, like putting a cash fund somewhere, but can be an asset that is easy to sell. I remember growing up, we used to go and visit our grandmother in the village, but for her, she was a coffee farmer, and always she maintained some coffee bags in the in the store. Sometimes once or twice in a month, she would sell a bag or two and then have cash at hand. So that would basically mean that whenever she had a problem, there was a reserve somewhere. There's a fund somewhere she has put up in the form of coffee, and of course she would sell this coffee and be able to meet the needs that she has. So yet you find that according to a survey, about almost 40% of Americans do not have enough funds to meet an expense as small as $400. So start by saving, save enough. Maybe some people say that you should save as much as 6 months worth of salary, but have some savings somewhere. It's not a fund. Have another easily convertible asset into cash, such that if you have a challenge, you're able to meet that challenge. When that challenge pops up, you don't go back to the village that you usually say that or something small happened and then it just puts you off track. If you look at some of the other videos we have made, we've talked about this, and it's really an important thing. Then of course the third thing that I want to talk about in this section is having manageable debt. Avoid unnecessary debt and do not rely on debt necessary for your bills. Your bills should be paid out of your income, your day-to-day income, not debt. So, but many people go in for credit card debt, and then you borrow from a friend, a brother, a sister. Others get pay the check, pay the loans rather. These are things that are keeping you in a cycle of poverty, and then you can't even gauge whether you're doing well financially, because every 23rd, 24th, you find that you have run out of money for the entire month. So you have to ask someone to help you. Well, if you find yourself that you're able to save, you have an emergency fund, you're able to pay your bills without incurring debt, you are ahead of most people. But debt is something that is hard to avoid for most of us. But we should take it for things that are adding value, that are helping us grow in our life. If I took a debt for a house loan, a mortgage, maybe that is fine. But if I took a debt for consumption to go on a trip, probably that's not the best decision that should be taken. To have manageable debt. Like I said, it's not bad to be in debt, but try and take debt that you can manage both as an individual or even as a household. So when you have these three fundamental things, it will bring some kind of content in your happiness in your life, and it's an indicator of where that you're doing well financially. Remember, we said understand your love-hate relationship with money, have an emergency fund, and of course also have manageable debt. Tip number 4. The question is, are you setting and achieving your financial goals? Do you have any financial goals in the first place? Having clear and measurable financial goals is a strong indicator of your financial success. Whether you are saving for retirement, you're saving to buy a home, you're paying off debt, setting goals gives you a sense of direction and motivation that I'm moving in this direction, and to take this direction, to be successful, to complete this journey, these are the things I have to do. But the starting point is that you have set a financial goal. And of course, it's important that you regularly review this goal and not just your goals to stay on track. We should also constantly remind ourselves of our goals. Yes, we are just in it to stay on track, but what are the goals themselves? Do we find ourselves in the middle of the year and we're asking ourselves, hey, what did I decide to do at the beginning of the year? You don't remember? That's because you don't go back to look at them. And that's why they say you need to write down what your goal is. If you don't write it down, 7 months down the road, you won't remember what it is. What is your 5-year goal? What is your 3-year goal? What is your 1-year goal? It's important. That is a metric that you can use to say that, and you measure yourself and say, okay, I plan to save maybe 500 million and I've already saved 100 million, or maybe I plan to construct a house in 5 years. I've already bought the land, I've put the materials, I have the architect working on the plan. That is progress. So, but if you don't have a goal that you have set, then you can't tell where you are. You could be lost like in the forest, wondering, what route am I supposed to take? Which is the shortest pathway to the main road? So those are the questions you'll be asking yourself. I hope you're liking what you're talking about and you're finding it important. Please create that financial goal, start the journey, and take the determine, establish the steps that you need to take. And whenever you achieve some of the milestones, please celebrate to keep yourself motivated. But also remember that, of course, it's a short life that we are living. Today you are here, tomorrow you're not there. Try and celebrate the short moments, the short wins that you have every day, or every month, or every 6 months. Try and celebrate them. Then tip number 5 is, are you consistently learning? Continuously and consistently learning and growing. Financial success, of course, comes from continuously improving your skills and knowledge. We don't stop learning until the day we leave this world. But if you have stopped, probably you have already left this world. You need to ask yourself, if you have stopped learning, this is the problem. Whether it is through formal education, professional development, self-directed learning, you need to invest in yourself. Invest in your education. It is very, very important. Of course, when we get exposed to new things through education, we open up our minds, we open up our horizon, we open up the way we think about life. And this, of course, not only increases your earning potential, but of course, helps you adapt to the changing economic conditions. Keep a growth mindset and seek opportunities to learn and develop new skills. Learn, whether informally or formally. Please keep your mind open, because this exposes these opportunities which you would never see without having had that exposure. You know, one day I was chatting with a friend, and for her, she didn't understand that actually you can grow mushrooms commercially or non-commercially. But the idea is that for her, the mushrooms were either found in the supermarket or they are found in the wild. The idea of growing mushrooms is never something that she could have thought about. But when you get exposed and learn what other people are doing, what other people are doing, experiencing, that creates your mind, and that you only do by focusing on growing and learning consistently and continuously. So I hope that is something that you really find useful. But if you don't learn, you're not going to change your mindset. You're not going to think about new opportunities. You're not going to be exposed. You're only going to learn about certain things because you are exposed. You have to get out there, leave your house, leave your comfort zone, learn something, open that book, open YouTube, or go out and visit physically what happens in certain places. So remember that they are the lens of society versus the individual. Society views you, but you also have a way you look at yourself. Society often values the lavish lifestyle and external achievement, but your financial success is about achieving your own goals. Society looks at you differently, and you look at yourself differently. It's essential to view financial success through your own lens rather than those of society. True financial success is about achieving your own goals and finding value in what you do. Like once Albert Einstein said, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. Of course, this is very important for internal validation over external recognition. By focusing on your true achievements rather than the society benchmarks, you free yourself from the pressure of comparison, and you can enjoy a more fulfilling financial life. Financial success, like I said, is not just about numbers or external appearances. It's about taking the right action, setting and achieving these actions or goals, continuously learning, viewing success through your own lens, not what society thinks. And by focusing on these indicators, you can assess whether you're doing well financially, whether you are taking the right steps, and what other things that you need to do to improve further. Remember, financial success is a journey, and staying on track involves ongoing effort and self-reflection. So I guess you can now ask yourself the question again: are you on track? Are you doing fine? But for me, what I can tell you is that as long as you started the journey, as long as you can measure the steps that you have taken, you're good to go. Keep doing that. I hope you have liked this video. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe our channel and follow us for more interesting content. Thank you very much. Bye bye.